Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good morning. It is 7 o'clock. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning, Weekend Edition. Today is Saturday, July the 27th. Well, a woman is now charged in connection with the so-called hot water challenge. Thursday, we told you about Billy Oliver, who received second and third degree burns after a friend poured hot water on him while he slept. The mother of the friend, Angela Goth, is facing charges for second-degree abuse and first-degree wanton endangerment. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked with Clay County Attorney Joe White about parents needing to be educated on these viral challenges.
It started as a challenge.
It's a challenge, guys. These challenges are deadly. They're dangerous. It's not what you want to wake up to.
That landed 11-year-old Billy Oliver in the hospital with second and third degree burns.
How far has our society went that we don't realize that boiling water hurts?
Oliver's mother, Patricia, did not even know this challenge existed.
You know, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about this start, nothing about the challenge.
And now Angela Goth, the mother of Oliver's friend, faces felony charges.
It's a good time for parents and caretakers to remind their kids that everything that you might see on the internet is not safe, even if it claims to be safe or is represented to be safe.
Clay County Attorney Joe White says some children do not think of the dangers.
The thing about children, they don't always perceive the risks that might be involved in some of the activities that are on there. And I'm sure that many of the activities that they see on the internet don't show the dangers that go along with those activities.
And now parents have to stay in the loop.
We have to make sure that we take time to educate ourselves on the dangers that are out there, and then to explain to our children that they have to be very cautious about what they see on the internet.
Because the internet, while it may have its benefits, it also has its downfalls. So
many dangers to try and navigate through this day and time. I don't, you know, it's scary. It's scary.
A time where education is key. In Clay County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Goth faces charges because investigators say she did not try to get medical help for Billy. Now, it is no secret that challenges have become a norm through social media platforms and YouTube. Often, those challenges have resulted in injury. Yesterday, we talked with a pediatrician about what Billy might have went through during the aftermath of being burned.
When I first heard about it, I was amazed. I mean, I'm familiar with various things people do that are not very wise, but this one is just, I mean, to burn someone is to inflict such incredible pain and suffering on them. And I don't think that that's the intent.
Angela Goth is now in the Clay County Detention Center. It is unclear when she will appear in court to answer to those charges. We asked her to talk to us from jail, but she declined. All righty, it's 7:03 on this Saturday. Let's send it on over to Kelly McShane. And Kelly, it's a little bit foggy to start today, but we should see a nice day.
Yeah, we should see a nice day. Just like the last few days, we are in for another great day. Starting off a little bit on the chilly side, those temperatures in those lower to mid 60s. 61 in Harlan this morning. Pikeville, you are at 64 degrees. Ashland, you are checking in at 63 degrees this morning. And like Will said, a little bit foggy out there, especially into Harlan and Bell counties. So just be mindful of that. Be careful on the roadways this morning because that fog could be thick at times. So for your travel forecast, we're seeing less fog over the than we saw the last few mornings. So I think we're going to have a green car, but still just be careful. You may run into it in some places. But by the time we get to this afternoon, a few clouds and just a tiny chance of a pop-up shower or storm. But overall, today's looking pretty good. I'll have that full forecast in just a little bit, Will.
All righty, Kelly. Hopefully it stays that way. Thank you. Well, police say it was just a terrible accident. A man working on his farm was killed Thursday night. It happened after he fell off a tractor that was pulling a bush hog. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to some people that knew the victim and has more from Laurel County, where the accident is being investigated.
Troopers from Post 11 here in London were called to a farm, which is also a residential area in Whitley County, around 10 o'clock on Thursday night. And when they went there, they found a very terrible scene. The accident scene, a farm on Watts Creek Road, also where the victim lives. 60-year-old Tony L. Atkins had been driving a tractor and pulling a bush hog, similar to the one that we videotaped at a local farm equipment store. Police say they believe Atkins fell off the tractor. They believe it was merely an accident. People at a local farm store say Atkins was a well-liked farmer, a hard worker, and a great family man who leaves behind 3 sons and a wife who is his high school sweetheart.
Well, I went all through school with him from the first grade all the way through high school, and we always was real good friends through school, and I hate to hear such a tragic accident.
Kentucky State Police say sadly they have worked a lot of these accidents. They say that they've worked at least one farm tractor or bush hog accident every year for the past couple of years, and sadly I'm told that over in Bell County there were 4 tractor accidents recently in one season. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Atkins was pronounced dead by the local coroner at the scene. We have not been made aware of funeral arrangements at this time. Now, a Laurel County theft suspect is behind bars after his alleged victim tracked him down. Police say the victim reported his car was stolen Thursday morning. He found the vehicle Thursday night and says Michael Taylor was behind the wheel. Police say the victim tried to stop Taylor, who became aggressive. That's when the victim and his brother took Taylor to the ground and held him there until police arrived. Meanwhile, in Perry County, police need your help figuring out who stole a truck. Here is a picture of that truck. Someone stole it yesterday morning. The deputies found it over a hill off Lost Creek Road, but they still do not know who took it. If you have any information, you can call the Sheriff's Department. Well, a Perry County man is accused of breaking into a woman's home on Upper 2nd Creek and beating her. Deputies charged Aaron Plowman with assault and burglary. They tell us he choked the woman, then punched her, knocking her unconscious. Later, investigators say he started kicking her. We are told the victim did go to the hospital, but is expected to be okay. Well, downtown Hazard was buzzing yesterday evening during the kickoff of the inaugural Northfork Music Festival. The city and county joined together to put on the event. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to folks enjoying the festivities.
Downtown Hazard coming alive.
I was born here, raised here, and have recently moved back to live here, and it is so wonderful to see this many people on Main Street and to see it alive again.
Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini says he knows people are always looking for something fun to do in town.
Everybody says that they don't ever have anything to do on the weekends. I said, I see all these people, other towns having these little festivals. I said, let's put a little mini festival together and see if people want to come to it.
People typically travel hours away for the weekend.
Really happy not having to drive, so it's great.
And the adults love having something intended for them.
All the fairs and the festivals are geared more toward the children, so something like this for the adults is great to give us something to do on the weekends.
The festival includes 7 bands from the region, along with food, beverages, and vendors.
I've worked down here for 16 years, and this is the most I've seen happening in the last 6 months since I've been down here.
Some say it is long overdue.
I mean, it's about time. It's about time. This is fabulous, and I'm just so proud of our community for making this happen.
And Mobilini is already looking towards the future.
I'd like to become something that people look forward to bringing their families down here and listen to good music and just having a good time.
Trying to bring Hazard back to life. In Perry County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the festival continues this evening. Gates open at 4 and music begins at 5:30. It costs $5 to get in. Well, Dash Score is now accepting applications for additional jobs here in the mountains. The new aluminum extrusion plant is set to open in the Coalfields Industrial Park in Perry County in December or January. They are looking for tool and die employees. The deadline to apply is August 23rd. If you need more information on how to apply, you can visit your local career center. Well, Kentucky students are enjoying the last few weeks of summer break, but school districts cannot catch a break. There are thousands of open positions across the state. The state plans to launch a campaign to recruit more teachers, but some argue there needs to be a greater focus on creating a stronger pipeline for the education field.
I think we have to do a better job of aligning good students coming out of high school with the idea that teaching is a wonderful profession and truly a necessary profession for us to have a good society.
The state's education department says they plan to use programs like Teach for America to fill spots. They are also looking into alternative hiring procedures. A man from Elizabethtown came to eastern Kentucky with a truckload of discounted school supplies to help local teachers complete their classroom needs. Now, Russell Strange, owner of Kentucky School Services, set up in the Prestonsburg Elementary cafeteria, selling all sorts of classroom supplies for more than 75% off.
You name it, we probably got some of it. We got charts, bulletin board aids, reproducible books, manipulatives, certificates, pencils, construction paper. We've got a lot that teachers can use.
Strange will be set up again at Prestonsburg Elementary today from 10 to 5. Well, yesterday, Governor Matt Bevin, joined by local and state leaders, announced a more than 4-mile addition to the Mountain Parkway expansion spanning through Magoffin County. Governor Bevin says safety is one of the main reasons for the expansion, but added the economy will also benefit. They say it will bring more businesses into the area and keep more people working in the region. The project comes with a $73 million price tag, which is going to be covered by federal money.
Without investments in education and infrastructure, you will never have the future that you might otherwise have had. And this is a perfect example of infrastructure.
The project is expected to begin next month. It is expected to take 3 years to complete. Well, 7-11 on this Saturday. Coming up on Mountain News This Morning Weekend Edition, drug use is resulting in more children being put in foster care. We will show you the impact it is having on one local organization. And later in sports, Pikeville's Jackson Hensley will head to Harvard for his college football and academic career. Hear from him after committing to the Ivy League school straight ahead.
We are heading into the last weekend of July, and it will be pretty much what you would expect from that. I'll have your weekend forecast coming up next.
When you're